Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Laurie Wondra. Laurie is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, I am Laurie Wondra, and thank you for listening. What's up with the energy of May of 2026? Well, May's energy is about grounding in the heart, releasing anything of the past that holds you back, and expanding into what's next. That sounds like a lot. Well, May is the 5th month, and in 2026, which happens to be a universal year of 1, May carries the collective vibration energy of the number 6, and that energy is all about harmony, responsibility, love, and integration. So after April's movement and expansion, May then invites a different rhythm. This is not about pushing forward, it's about tending to what you've already begun. I know some of you want to just keep starting and push forward and new all the time. But this energy asks you to nurture your life, your relationships, your body, your inner world with intention and care, and nurture the projects that are already underway, which includes you. Now, the number 6 reminds us that growth is not only about action, it's about creating stability within the change, choosing from love rather than urgency, building something that you can truly support yourself. This is a heart-centered month where emotional truth, grounded decisions, and meaningful connections really take priority. There's a 3-part energy arc that I'm seeing in May, and it unfolds in a very powerful sequence. And I like to label them, or I see them as 1 is release, 2 is ground, and 3 is expand. And this month is especially potent because it begins and ends with a full moon. Now, we have a full moon on May 1st, so we enter May with a full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is about depth, darkness, deep. So this is about deep release, emotional truth, and, of course, transformation. Now, May opens with this intensity, and Scorpio brings what's hidden to the surface, like our emotions, our attachments, the power dynamics and truths we may have avoided or didn't see. The full moon will illuminate those things because it brings light into those situations, especially where there's darkness. But this full moon in Scorpio asks you to feel deeply and to release honestly. You can't hide or run away from it. This is not surface level clearing. This is soul level transformation. You may notice at this time emotional breakthroughs, ending or shifts in relationships, or a desire to reclaim your power, or even awareness of patterns you're ready to release. Because this happens at the very beginning of the month, it really sets the tone for the overall energy of May. Stuff that you're not meant to carry from the past into what comes next. Now, mid-month, we have a new moon in Taurus on May 16th, and that's about grounding, stability, and values. That's alignment. Taurus helps us get grounded. So after emotional clearing that we've probably experienced the first 15 days of May, Taurus's new moon arrives as a stabilizing force. This is where you get to rebuild intentionally, slowly, and in alignment with your values. Taurus asks you what truly supports you, what is sustainable, not just exciting, but what supports you long term, and where are you investing your energy, your time, and of course your resources? So this is an ideal time to set intentions and pay attention to those themes around finances and security, self-worth and boundaries, health and physical well-being, and of course, creating a life that feels good and not just looks good. This is where your future begins to take form in the physical world. Now, at the end of the month, on May 31st, we have a full moon in Sagittarius, and often people call this a blue moon when you've got 2 full moons in 1 month. But this full moon, again, is about illumination. It's about expansion, truth, higher perspective. So this month, May, closes with that second full month, this time in Sagittarius. And this one is a blue moon, that second full moon. This amplifies the energy. So if Scorpio asked you to release and Taurus asked you to rebuild, well then Sagittarius now asks, what is the bigger life you're ready to step into? Sagittarius is that arrow that we shoot forward. What's the thing that we're aiming for? So this full moon on May 31st illuminates your belief systems, truth versus illusion, freedom and expansion, and what's on the next horizon for you. So you may feel a pull towards traveling, learning, or new experiences. You want that sense of adventure. You also may feel a shift in perspective that changes everything. This is adjusting your belief system. And of course, this is also a time for you to trust your deeper path, your inner knowing. This is where energy expands outward again, but now from a grounded, aligned foundation of your inner presence. Now to wrap up on the moon cycles, again, the full moon at the beginning of the month in Scorpio, and that's asking us to release. And the illumination is going to show where we need to release things. Then Taurus, the new moon, mid-month, asks us to rebuild with foundation, stability, security. And then the full moon on May 31st in Sagittarius then asks, what is the bigger life that you're ready to step into? Other planetary influences that I want to touch on that support this energy overlay of the month of May is we are moving from Taurus season into Gemini season. The sun begins in Taurus, helping you stabilize, slow down, and reconnect with what truly matters. But then the sun enters Gemini season around May 20th, and that's when energy shifts, curiosity returns, communication opens, and movement on everything increases. Now, Mercury also is grounding our thoughts and into rapid insight. Mercury moves from Taurus into Gemini, and that shifts our practical thinking into faster ideas, conversations, and connection. And Venus is sitting in Taurus. This is one of the most supportive energies of the month. Love becomes. So love becomes steady, present, sensual, rooted in reality. This is about choosing what is real, lasting, and aligned. And Mars, well, Cancer and Leo, this is about motivation shifts. And this energy shifts mid-month from emotional protection, which is Cancer, into Leo, which is confident expression. You move from I need to feel safe, which is Cancer, into I'm ready to be seen. And that's the Leo energy. And Saturn and Neptune, well, they're sitting in Aries, and that is a defining theme of all of 2026. But I have to mention it here because you are learning to lead from authority, act on your spiritual truth, and build a life that reflects who you are becoming. It means letting go of some of the things of the past that you thought you were or just don't fit anymore. This is the beginning of a new cycle, and May is supporting this energy to move forward. Now, in May horoscopes, I'm going to go through each sign. I recommend that you listen to your sun and your rising, and I'm going to highlight each sign moving through this action I mentioned earlier of the monthly release, the mid-month grounding, and then the end of the month expansion. So those two full moons, and then the new moon sitting in the middle, and how it's going to impact all of you. Let's start with Aries. Well, the release pattern on May 1st is emotional, or it could be financial entanglements. Those will surface quickly. Let go of control patterns. Now, the mid-month new moon, May 16th, about the grounding, that's about rebuilding your sense of security and self-worth. This is about what truly matters now. And that's a great question to sit with. The end of the month for you, Aries, the expand on May 31st, is a new belief or opportunity opens, and just say yes to growth and new perspectives. Next up is Taurus. Well, the release energy for you is around relationship truths. They will surface immediately, bring clarity, and replace any illusion that you might have held in that space. Then the mid-month new moon is grounding. So your new moon is a personal reset, redefining yourself and your values. And the end of the month on May 31st, that expansion full moon, that's about partnerships and how those partnerships evolve or expand in alignment with your new identity. Let's jump to Gemini. The release for you on May 1st is about old habits, routines, or work patterns that just don't fit anymore. They seem to dissolve early in the month. So if they're pushing to be released, let them go. Mid-month new moon grounding energy is about rest and reset before your season. This is about reconnecting internally. It's a little bit of self-care for you maybe. And at the end of the month, the full moon is about expansion. And for you, the Sagittarius full moon activates relationships. New connections bring growth. And Cancer, the beginning of the month, the release energy for that first full moon is about emotional ties. And that might be centered around love, creativity, or past joy that are cleared away to clear the path for something new. So mid-month, the grounding energy is about leaning into community, friendships, and support systems around you. And the end of the month, the expansion is expanding on a new rhythm in work and health. And that brings greater balance and well-being to you all around. And Leo, the first of the month full moon, that release is around family or emotional foundations, and that shifts the energy profoundly. Healing begins at the root. So this feels like something that you've been working on for quite a long time. Mid-month new moon is about grounding. That's about clarifying your long-term direction and purpose. And I feel for you, you finally will have a sense of what that direction is. And the end of the month full moon is expansion. With Mars in your sign at this time, confidence rises. Step forward, be seen, create boldly. And Virgo, the full moon at the beginning of the month, and your release is around important conversations or decisions. And this is going to happen early. Truth really matters to you, and so pay attention to what this full moon is illuminating and what conversations need to be had to clear the energy for you. Mid-month new moon is about grounding, expanding your thinking, your learning, and perspectives, because this stabilizes you and it creates a shift in your energy. Otherwise, you will continue to seek data. This is a time for you to establish what helps you feel stabilized and grounded. The end of the month full moon for you, Virgo, is around home, family, or emotional grounding. This deepens in a very meaningful way. So it might be a new direction in how you're looking at your home space, your family, or those things that just make you feel more grounded. And Libra, full moon at the beginning of the month, and your release is around financial patterns and your self-worth themes surface for adjustment. Libra, you're hard on yourself. If you don't feel you're worth something, this is the universe showing you that you are. The light will shine on your gifts and where you are needed, because we're all needed. But Libra, you're really needed to help us balance. And mid-month, the new moon is about grounding. This is about building stronger foundations in trust, intimacy, and shared resources. And at the end of the month, that full moon is about communication. Communication opens powerful doors. Your voice creates opportunity. I feel that the universe is going to give you that opportunity to use your voice. And Scorpio, the beginning of the month full moon, well, this is really your full moon. Transformation begins immediately. Shed what no longer fits. Let it go. Mid-month new moon, the grounding that you'll work on is in relationships. Those come more into focus. So choose alignment over intensity. You're in it for the long haul. And the end of the month full moon, where you expand, there's new financial or self-worth chapter begins to unfold. So I feel like the universe is going to show you some new opportunities that can make you feel a little bit more comfortable in what is ahead. And Sagittarius, the full moon at the beginning of the month, the release is about early month calls for rest, closure, and emotional processing. This might be just some downtime that you need just to rest and relax as you prepare to move into the next part or the next months of the year. Mid-month new moon, grounding. This is about creating balance in your routines. And the balance in those routines is around health. And I would say just around your daily life also. Sagittarius, around the end of the month, well, this expansion, this is in your sign, Sagittarius. So this blue moon brings a personal awakening. This is a step into your next chapter fully. So I think that's why you needed to take that rest at the beginning of the month so that you could aim your arrows and go forward. And Capricorn, full moon at the beginning of the month. The release is around social circles or group dynamics. And this is a big shift for you. I feel like some connections are probably going to fall away. The grounding for the new moon that you'll experience during mid-month is about reconnecting with joy, creativity, and the things that truly fulfill you. So I feel like you have to let go of some of the things that are just obligation, or you don't do them out of desire, so that you can create space for the universe to deliver something new to you mid-month. And then at the end of the month, the full moon, that expansion is about deep emotional healing and renewal. And that levels you up to create a deeper, stronger inner strength as you go forward into the rest of the year. And Aquarius, well, at the beginning of the month, this full moon release is around career or public roles. I think that this is a turning point for you and a realignment is needed. So watch for areas that maybe you've been forceful or pushing or something just isn't working, and it's time to let it go and be redirected. And the new moon at mid-month helps ground in the focus areas around home, stability, and emotional foundation. So anything that you begin anew needs to provide that stability and that emotional foundation for you. In Aquarius, that last full moon of the month, the expansion, this is about new collaborations, friendships, and future visions. These things begin to take shape. And Pisces, the full moon at the beginning of the month is about release. This is around your beliefs and perspectives. Some old mental beliefs simply need to dissolve. And I think that your worldview is shifting. That might catch you off guard a little bit. But the new moon that comes in mid-month grounds your ideas through communication and connection. Now, the end of the month, that full moon is about expansion in your career area. This is growth and visibility increases. And this is the universe nudging you to step into a larger role. So it's a busy month. It's an exciting month. It's a illumination month with those two powerful full moons. So my wishes for you is that May 2026 is really not about rushing ahead. It is about releasing what is no longer aligned, rooting in to what truly matters, and then expanding from that place of what really matters into your truth. This is a month that begins in depth, and it really ends in possibility. And when you allow yourself to release, rebuild, and rise, life meets you with clarity, stability, and certainly expansion. I'm Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Laurie Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to our monthly newsletter. Laurie also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.